do not do this, all right? Do not pull the saw down on the wood and then try to pull the trigger, all right? The motor will catch, your teeth will grab on the piece of wood and it will basically kick back, okay? So make sure that the blade is turning before you touch the wood. That should be common sense, but slowly cut through the wood completely. You see the speed in which I cut through the piece of wood. If you cut too fast, it dulls your blade, you're not going to get as many cuts out of it, and it leaves you a rougher cut. The slower the cut, the smoother the cut. Immediately stop the saw after cutting through the wood. So as soon as you get through the wood, let off the trigger. Saws at this point in time nowadays have an electric brake on the saw blade. So as soon as I let off the trigger, there's a brake in there that slows your saw blade down. The old ones, your grandpa, uncle, dad, whoever, probably has a miter saw if they have an older one. When you let off the trigger, the blade spins, and it spins for 30 seconds to a minute afterwards. The newer saws, if you watch, I'll move the car up. That one, after I let off the trigger, spinning maybe 2 to 3 seconds afterwards. So they stop relatively quick compared to the older models. Raise the saw and wait for the blade to stop completely before picking up the wood or the waste piece. So after you cut through, we'll cut off another piece here. Make sure my hand's 4 inches away. Get on my line. I can reach for this piece here once the blade has stopped turning here. All right, I can reach for this piece here, safe. All right, I get a lot of kids that want to chop right through, stick their hand down there and grab it while the blade is still turning, and even a blade that is still slowing down is still going to cut. Because the teeth on that thing are really sharp. Discard the waste in the proper receptacle if shorter than 12 inches. So if the waste side of your line is shorter than 12 inches and you've got a little short piece left over, make sure you throw it in the receptacle. Remeasure, all right, we have this, you guys are going to do eventually some miter saw cuts in here. Remeasure the board to check for accuracy. One of the things, let's say if you need to cut a board to 16 inches, once you measure it, cut it, it's always good to check back over it to see if you actually cut it to 16 inches. Are you an 1/8 of an inch off? Are you an 1/8 of an inch over? Right? And you're going to get some practice, hopefully, cutting with a miter saw to see how accurately and smoothly you can cut with a miter saw. And that should be it. So there are probably eventually going to be some questions that go along with this video, but this is an instructional video to show you miter saw, how to use it, features on the miter saw, and the safety that goes along with the miter saw. You cannot use the miter saw in my class until you take the miter saw safety exam and make a 100 on it. Once you make a 100 on it, all right, you are good to use the miter saw. You can take the test on Canvas or Moodle or whatever as many times as you need to make 100, all right? But you've got to make a 100 before you can use the miter saw. And that goes not just for the miter saw, but all tools.